Alright guys, I was hoping this project would go a little faster, but we're already into summer now, so you know how that goes. And I think the last few videos I had kind of mocked up all the plumbing and then I worked on the wiring harness, so just to continue on there, I've pretty well got all the plumbing fixed in where we're going to keep it. We might do some better clamping and stuff for everything. Just got a temporary air filter on there. And yeah, I just have it full of water for now because we're going to go ahead and pull it back apart and do a timing belt and cam. But we didn't know for sure the condition of the engine when we got it, so an immobilizer was keeping us from starting it. So I wanted to get it kind of started up before we got too carried away with this engine, because the fallback was we'd throw an ALH in it, but hopefully not, because this actually is just turning out to fit in here about as good as it could with the power steering down there, and then the AC on the ALH never would have fit right there by the pumpkin, by the front diff. So it being up in the middle there, we'll be able to put AC in this thing. And I found a belt there to bypass the AC for now. I can put a link to that if you guys are wanting to do a AC delete. It's pretty easy though. Just get a string and measure it and get your length. I think it's 40, right about 44 inches. And anyway, yeah, we pretty much have everything else, all the basics plumbed in here, and got a temporary oil pressure gauge there on the windshield just to make sure we were getting oil right away. And then you can see I've got my wiring. That wiring harness that I made comes through right there. Drilled a hole there in the firewall for it. And I've got most of the important sensors to make it start are plugged in, the cam and the crank and the injectors. But we got to decide where we're going to put the map sensor and finish wiring the glow plugs. But I've got pretty much everything temporary set in there. We put a little downpipe on it, on the turbo there. It gets pretty close to the starter, but that's pretty typical in these swaps. It doesn't seem to bother the starters too much, but anyway, yeah, everything's sealed up, so I can show you guys in here. Unfortunately, dealing with a ranch truck, most of the dash doesn't work, so not sure what we're going to do there. We may just end up going with all custom gauges, or I'm not sure what my brother-in-law is going to want to do. But anyway, we've got that's what I wanted to show you guys, is the gas pedal. So with this 4L60, right before they went electronic, either that or the 700R4, I went ahead and mounted this bracket here to the pedal. We've got the pedal in there with just some long bolts, and I set the pedal up to be 100% at the floor, and it pulls on that kickdown cable just perfectly. I kind of had to set up the geometry so it pulls it about the same as what the truck did before. And you can see here, I took that kickdown cable, put a new hole in the firewall for that, and then just did a 180 on it. Instead of going up to the throttle body, it goes right into the cab. And anyway, I haven't finished the wiring yet, obviously. It's just temped in to a fuse there. We'll go ahead and get those. This is the gray is going to be the relay for kicking on the Volkswagen ECU, and then actually the red wire I went ahead and had to put in. I couldn't get the factory fuel pump relay to work right. I guess it's this guy here. I was hoping I could just make it kick on and run all the time, but it wasn't working for me, so I went ahead and just wired in a regular 87 relay, so that way when you kick the kick the key on, you'll be able to hear it here. It just runs the pump all the time. And that is what she needs to fire up. So here we go. And then if we can get the ultra gauge here to kick on. We've got all of our readings there. And as you can see, it's running nicely. So I didn't include any of the alternator wiring in that, so we still have to finish that and getting the rest of the harness bolt tied up and get rid of most of this Chevy wiring that's up on the cowl there. And yeah, finish the exhaust, and it's getting down there, but it starts up and runs.